Good morning, friends. Welcome to another day of Almost Daily Meditations. I hope you're doing well. Sorry we missed getting one out on Wednesday, but today's Thursday, and just glad that you've been able to join us. I really enjoyed Kelly's presentation a couple of days ago on the Psalms, and we had a great class on Wednesday for our Lenten lunch, thinking about the lament Psalms. And Psalms are, like Kelly said, a thing of prayer, and they're these beautifully written ancient poems, and actually were songs, that were meant to capture all of the different emotions that we might each feel when we're taking things to God, whether it be our laments, our praise, our petitions, our joys, our sorrows, whatever it is. It's meant to be this sort of place that tugs at us. And I was thinking about that in terms of the conversations I've had over the years with lots of different people about prayer and how we relate to God. And in this season of Lent, when we're doing that hard work, prayer sometimes comes up for us. And I've struggled at different points in my life with prayer. I had in my head sort of an ought, meaning there was a way I ought to pray. And I don't really know if I could identify or even articulate what that was. But somehow I had a picture in my head. You would kneel at the bottom of your bed. You would say the things that you need. You would say the Lord's Prayer. And I think over time, I just never felt like that connected me to God in a way that I would hear other people talk about prayer. When I was in seminary and then as working through the church, I've seen lots of people find ways to pray that's really meaningful for them. Some people are gardeners, and one of the ways that they pray is by being in the garden and digging in the soil and planting plants and being in nature. I know others who create art as a form of prayer, and so they paint or they sculpt or they do something like that. I know others who find contemplation and silence to be the place that they're able to connect the most deeply with God. Having the stillness, having the silence, having that open space to create an opportunity to hear God. I know people who pray rote prayer, things like morning prayer, evening prayer, Compline, picking up different prayer forms as a way to pray. Some people pray through exercise and hiking. Again, I think what I learned and what I've kind of observed over the years is there's just a whole variety of ways to do that, but part of it is seeking that connection with God. Kelly quoted Bono, one of the singer for a band called U2. A lot of people don't know that U2 started as a praise band in a worship community. They were part of a small community of people trying to figure out Christianity, and were playing worship music, and then started doing other stuff. And if you've ever had a chance to listen to their music, it's very soulful, very spiritual. Bono is a sought after sort of spiritual person who's written a lot. So I found something that he wrote about prayer, and I thought I'd just share that with you. I thought this was really beautiful, and it helped me to kind of connect what I'm doing in prayer. Someone has likened prayer to being on a rough sea in a small boat with no oars. All you have is a rope that somewhere in the distance is attached to the port, and with that rope you can pull yourself closer to God. And then he says that songs are his prayers. I love that image of being on a vast sea, on a rough sea, in a boat, and you don't have what you need, and you don't know how you're going to get there, but all you have is a thread or a rope, and you can pull it, and that gets you a little closer to God in the midst of that. And I think that is a beautiful image of a way we think about connecting with God in the midst of all the different things that we face in our life, that deep sort of soulful connection when we can really find that. In my own life, music is the way I connect with God. So if I'm really in need of prayer, there's certain music I listen to. There's music that I perform and sing, most likely on my own. A lot of times when everybody's gone from the house and I'm able to do that, I'll have my guitar out, I'll have music playing, and I'm singing along and doing the thing. And there's nothing that can connect me more with God or give me that rope to hold on to or pull myself towards God than music. But that's the prayer form that means something to me. That doesn't mean it's going to mean something to others. And I think that I can find that depth of connection really when my soul's hurting, when I'm in need of that, and sometimes just in joyful praise. I think that's where I'm able to connect. So where are you able to connect with prayer? I'd love to hear in the comments about how you pray or what form you use or what you do to pray, where you find that. And we'd just love to understand more about that. Hope you have a great day. God bless. And we'll see you in another day or so.